Under the last administration, more than 10 million people were added to the food stamp rolls. Under my administration, 7 million Americans have come off food stamps and 10 million people have been lifted off of welfare.
On a substantive question, yesterday, the White House Office of Management and Budget directed across the board freeze, some exceptions for individual assistance, we understand, to federal grants. It's caused a lot of confusion around the country among Head Start providers, among providers services to homeless veterans, Medicaid providers, states saying they're having trouble accessing the portal. Could you help us clear up some of the confusion, give some certainty to folks, and also is that uncertainty, how does that uncertainty service the president's voters?
Well, I think there's only uncertainty in this room amongst the media. There's no uncertainty in this building. So let me provide the certainty and the clarity that all of you need. This is not a blanket pause on federal assistance and grant programs from the Trump administration. Individual assistance, that includes, I'm not naming everything that's included, but just to give you a few examples, Social Security benefits, Medicare benefits, food stamps, welfare benefits, assistance that is going directly to individuals will not be impacted by this pause. And I want to make that very clear to any Americans who are watching at home who may be a little bit confused about some of the media reporting. This administration, if you are receiving individual assistance from the federal government, you will still continue to receive that. However, it is the responsibility of this president and this administration to be good stewards of taxpayer dollars. That is something that President Trump campaigned on. That's why he has launched DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, who is working alongside OMB. And that's why OMB sent out this memo last night, because the president signed an executive order directing OMB to do just this. And the reason for this is to ensure that every penny that is going out the door is not conflicting with the executive orders and actions that this president has taken. So what does this pause mean? It means no more funding for illegal DEI programs. It means no more funding for the Green New scam that has cost American taxpayers tens of billions of dollars. It means no more funding for transgenderism and wokeness across our federal bureaucracy and agencies. No more funding for Green New Deal social engineering policies. Again, people who are receiving individual assistance, you will continue to receive that. And President Trump is looking out for you by issuing this pause because he is being good steward of your taxpayer dollars.
She's going to repeat what it is that she was saying of who is not affected, like what kind of benefits were not affected.
Social Security benefits, Medicare benefits, food stamps, welfare benefits, assistance that is going directly to individuals will not be impacted by this pause. And I want
So that's what it is. So here's the thing. I was hearing that, I was hearing on like social media, YouTube, TikTok, people were saying like, oh, he just got rid of food stamps. It was going viral on Twitter where it was saying that. And I was like, yeah, Social Security gone, Medicare gone, food stamps gone. And then about 2 hours later, Medicare ain't gone, Social Security ain't gone, but food stamps and welfare, that issue's gone, right? And I was like, okay. And then you hear Medicare, welfare / Section 8, food stamps, and then whatever the fourth one was, they're not affected. So I'm like, so you see how things get twisted up in a knot. I'm like, okay. But here's one thing I actually do want to mention before I go and play some of these other videos that I have. So I am on Food and Nutrition Service, U.S. Department of Agriculture. And it says, while SNAP is intended to ensure no one fears going hungry, its rules also reflect the importance of work and responsibility. All right. So, and this is the able-bodied individual thing, right? Able-bodied adult without dependence. Okay. And it says the general work requirements. If your age is 16 through 59 and able to work, you will probably need to meet the general work requirements to get SNAP benefits. The general work requirements include your excuse from it. And here it is. If you have any one of these things, already working at least 30 hours a week, meeting work requirements for another program, taking care of a child under 6 or incapacitated person unable to work due to physical or mental limitations, etc., etc. So let's now go to the other videos.
Y'all know Uncle Trump didn't make that law about the food stamps, right? I don't know who needed to hear that. Y'all talking about some Trump said, if you don't work, he gonna take the stamps. That's not, baby. Biden been in office for 4 years, and that law has been a law for a little minute now. What is he talking about? I'm gonna speak for the state of Kansas and state of Missouri, because them are the states that I've been around. In the state of Kansas and in the state of Missouri, if you did not work at least 15 hours a week or have dependents, or like to even get child care, you had to work at least 15 hours. I'm confused, or you had to be going to school. I'm confused on why y'all said Trump just made that a law. That has not just mysteriously just came up as a law. That's been one. Y'all have to stop believing stuff that y'all see on the internet and actually like know what you're talking about, because one person can make a video and everybody's gonna go wild in it. Just like that video that boy made about the baby daddies being able to carry the child on his taxes. That boy said he made that up and everybody went wild on it. Like, quit believing that everything you hear on the internet is not true. Trump did not do that. I am not sticking up for Trump. I'm just saying that you have to stop believing everything. And even if he did, where is your faith? You think God ain't gonna have your back? God feed the birds. Oh my God, read your Bible. Goodness gracious.
So I heard Trump making some changes. Apparently, you will not be eligible for food stamps or Section 8 unless you have a job. Working at least 30, 35 hours a week. It's about to get real out here.
Family, I'm back. I found out something else. I don't know if y'all heard or not, but Trump is getting rid of that Section 8 and EBT for these people that don't want to get out here and go to work. Your time is up, baby. Y'all, I know most people like us really not feeling Trump, but I'm kind of feeling him on what he's saying about this. Now, how many of y'all have family members, friends, people you know that's been living off Section 8 for 20 years? They rent $3. They don't go to work. Not that they can't go to work. They don't want to go to work. Now, let me say this on the sidebar. They do have some people that need Section 8. Some people that, medically, they can't go to work. Or, they just can't physically. I get it. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to these ones that your mama been on Section 8 all her life, and she ripping and running and doing this and doing that, and then you seen she was on Section 8, paid $3 rent. So now you, as a young girl, because you done got pregnant and you got a baby, you go run out there and get on Section 8, and you ain't working, and you having child after child after child, and y'all all on Section 8 getting food stamps, $1,000 a month. And no, that's all about to stop. That's who I'm talking to. Okay? Trump said that's enough. So for us people that goes to work, that's working, he said you got to have at least 30 hours, okay? 30 hours a week to qualify for the program, all right? So most of us that work on a regular basis, 30 hours ain't nothing to us. This is what we do. So guess what? We going to be the ones walking around in the grocery store with the big baskets because we deserve it. All these years, they've been letting people with no job. They walking around with 2-3 baskets full of groceries, and us hard-working people, we got a little handheld basket with 2-3 items in there, because that's all we have left out of our check. And they sitting around getting fat food, eating lobsters and shrimp and crabs and all this other good food, and we can't even eat that. And we the ones going to work. So I'm glad Trump didn't flip the switch, baby. So all y'all that's living it up right now, that's able-bodied to go to work, and you're choosing not to go to work, you better get ready. Because, baby, y'all finna get them notices. And them notices gonna come soon. And like he said, real quick. And those of us that go to work, we ought to be able to go and apply for some food stamps and see what it feel like. To be able to go in the line and slide a card with pride. Because it's not for the ones that don't have nothing. It's for the ones that's working to have something. It's our turn now, y'all. So I'm telling y'all right now, if you able to go to work, you better get out there and start filling out them applications. if you want to have a place to live. It's time to get up and stop being lazy. Because, baby, this is not the American way no more. Trump said no. And y'all can be mad all you want to. I told you, things are changing. You ain't gonna like it, but guess what? You got to go with it. So that's what I got for y'all today. No more Section 8 EBT for people that don't want to go to work. Y'all time is up. Leave a comment, y'all. Let's talk about it.
Baby, Trump is changing the game. You hear me? He changing the game. So now if you working, you get to get food stamps. In the day, well, not even back in the day, as of late, if you not working, you get food stamps. But see, once I start working, y'all take them from me. See, once I start working, you take them from me, and then nobody can ever get ahead. See, that was the problem. But now Trump is about to change that thing. He's saying, nah, if you working, I think it's a certain amount of hours you got to work. Now I'm going to give you food stamps. Well, that's the best way for a person to get ahead. You know how many people working want to get food stamps? You know how many working families, husband and wife, making a decent income, wish they can get food stamps just to get a little leg up in life? Because that's all that it is. It's assistance to get you to where you don't need the government anymore. And guess what? They don't like that. They want you to always need government to take care of you. And Trump is coming in there to change that thing. He coming in there to say, hey, look, we don't need to take care of you. We can help you so you can then enable yourself to take care of yourself. That's exactly what we need.
Now, with all that being said, yeah, I want to, touch upon that real quick of just the whole idea of food stamps and just government assistance in of itself. This is to help you out. This is not for you to be sitting up here just living off of it for the rest of your life. Okay, it's to help you, to get you, as she said, so you get to a point where you don't need it any longer, to assist you. Okay, it's like you got an arm, okay, I just need a little bit of help. Okay, but you ain't gonna keep pulling on a person's arm for the rest of your life. Okay, so I understand where she's coming from with that. But as we already know, the assistant program is not changing. Does it appear that it's changing in that regard? As I, pulled up earlier, you need the 30 hours a week unless you qualify for any of this stuff here. Okay, and this stuff seemed to already have been on here. So unless you qualify for that, but then you got this one, the work requirement limit. It says if you're 18 to 54, able to work, don't have any dependents, you might need to meet both general here and work requirements. Okay, but the main thing is don't have dependents. All right, and this is where you get the work at least 80 hours a month, just 20 hours a week. Work can be for pay, goods and services, etc., unpaid or as a volunteer. And it says participate in a work program at least 80 hours a month, etc. Okay, so you have a lot, and then you have all this on here. So if it applies to you, definitely check this website out. It's a government website for it. So that's how I feel about it. But let me know what y'all think down below.